If you're thinking about incorporating some 3D design into your classroom, remember you don't have to be the expert. It's a little bit of control to let go, but it's okay. It's gonna be fine. Hi, my name is Sarah. I've been a STEM teacher for 20 years, and I like to make math and science engaging and fun and not so scary for everyone involved. So join us on Model Mondays when we're working through some 3D modeling and design and engineering kind of projects and puzzling through some different things. And then Math Thursdays, which is when we, send me your questions, send me your topics, and we'll go through them. It's a little Ask Me Anything. But one of the easiest spots to start out with is TinkerCAD. So I'm going to be working through TinkerCAD here on my computer. So you can see some pretty basic things that I did 5 years ago. So we've got a lot of different options that we can do. And again, like if you're just getting started with this, if you don't really know anything about this, you can just jump in and try something. So actually the tic-tac-toe board is something that I have used in the past with my students as just sort of like an intro project, just to get them comfortable with some of the different things that we can do. Now, this is something that's fun too, that you can use it for circuits and you can use it for code blocks. So if you're doing any block-based coding, like with Scratch or anything like that, you can also use these code blocks. I haven't played around with these with the circuits and the code blocks yet. We'll put that on the list for another Model Monday, huh? So here we've got our work plane here, and we've got some basic shapes. So with the 3D modeling, what we talk about is like extruding, which is sort of like pulling it up. Now, this is actually a really fun thing to also work with when you're talking about like area and volume. Let's see, what shape should we use? You know what? Let's just start with a cylinder. We're gonna do that there. Okay, so here we go. It comes up with some of these options, right? We've got a lot of different options that we can do. So we've got the solid or we've got the whole, right? So what I can do is I've got my cylinder, right? So now, all right, so that gives me my measurement and I can see down here that it's in 1 millimeter increments. So this right now, the width is 20 millimeters. We've got one side note. They always have the weirdest combinations of names up here. Like this is the smashing emor, like emmer leopard. Okay, but so here I can pull these and change my dimensions. Now what's nice about this, now I know TinkerCAD is very entry level. I get that. TinkerCAD is really entry level. But again, I'm talking about like this is like the beginner level that we want to focus on, right? So we can see the different dimensions for this, right? It's 65 by 71. So I can also go through and I can actually change this if I want it to be 71 by 71. So there. So now I know it is a circle, okay? Because it's got the same dimensions. Now here, right now, this is going to be the height, okay? So this is the height, which is 20 millimeters. So if I drag that up, it's going to change my height, right? So now I can always check my dimensions right here, okay? I can rotate it, which with the cylinder, I don't really need to, right? But what I can also do is I can take another cylinder. I'm just going to put another cylinder on here, close that. But what I'm going to do with this one is I'm actually going to make this one a hole, okay? So what that's going to do is I've got this, which is 20, right? My height, let's see, my height, here we go. Let's see, I want them to be the same height. So this one is 64. I'm going to make this one 64 also. And then I'm going to grab that. And, okay, so now what this is going to look like, I'm actually going to drag this a little bit higher. So now what this looks like is it's got a hole. Okay, so I can look down on it from the top. Now it's not centered, right? But I can center it. I know there's a shortcut for that, but regardless. So now I've got this hole, right? Now looking up here on this cube here, I can actually change my view. So I can change my view. This is, I'm going to kind of look all over it and see. This is kind of this, well, this really is the standard view, but we'll look at here for There we go. Okay, so now let's see, we can select these. I can mirror, I can align it. There we go. Oh, let's see. Alignments. Oh, okay. So these, so because I have that center part a little bit higher than my solid cylinder, right? What it's doing is I'm on this alignment piece, this align. So I can align it. So this will bring up my solid to the top level of the hole. And then if you look down here, right? See how it's popped it up? So it's popped it up, so it's now even on the top. But if I want it to be back down to being aligned with the bottom, there we go. And this way is gonna be centered. So now it is centered. There's a little bit of a lip on the top and a little bit of the lip on the bottom. Okay, so we wanna make sure that we've got these two together. Okay, now this is grouping. So if I group those, they should move as one piece. Nope, I didn't group it. Beep, beep, beep. So I gotta, let's see, just select everything. And now I can group. There we go. So once I group those, you can see that now it is a hole. Okay, so now it's an actual hole, right? But so if I want to move that around or adjust it, I can ungroup them and then I can move this around, right? So let's see, it's close to being centered, but I don't think it's completely centered. Let's see, align, centered, no, centered. Maybe that is centered. Well, guess it is. Yeah. So that means that it's centered. Yeah, so it's centered on like the horizontal, or it's centered on the vertical and it's centered on the horizontal. So now when I group them, there we go. Now it's a hole that's centered. There we go. Okay, I'm going to ungroup. Oh, make this a little bit. Nope, I didn't mean to do that. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and I'm going to group them. Okay, so that's the thing, is that it's not going to show up as a whole until you put it as like a group. And if you've played around with like any sort of like silhouette or Cricut or something like that, it's kind of like welding things together, right? Where you just take away the overlap. I know a lot of teachers are into their like Cricuts and silhouettes and stuff like that. And this is not so completely different. Okay, but now that I have those grouped and welded together, basically, now they've become like one piece. So I can change, this is gonna change the, it's gonna change it like proportionally, right? So whatever I wanna do with this, right? So I can do this type of thing, okay? I don't like that, I like it when it's just the circle. All right, so with this, once you have this here, you can actually use TinkerCAD to do laser cutter things as well as 3D printers or 3D prints. So if we wanted to, what is this? Let's do, that is amazing. Oh, it'll just take out little pieces. That is so cool.
What tool is that? A pencil tool?
So it was Scribe. And then, so on Scribe, what? Okay, wait. Okay. All right, I don't want this anymore. I want to delete that. Okay, so let's go back to this. So this is Scribe. So you put that there. And so now, this would be nice to have like a drawing pad or something like that. All right, what should I draw on the Scribe? Okay, let's try doing just like a squiggle. Let's just do this. Why not? Why not? We're gonna scribble. Okay, so that scribble, then it becomes like a 3D object. That is really fun. Draw shape. Oh, whoa, that is interesting. Okay, wait. Okay, clear, perfect. Okay, let me try drawing this shape. I bet that's probably like a, oh, whoa. Okay, so that's how you can erase like a bit. Okay, I gotta play. What is this thing? Okay, so drawing shape. So I'm holding down the mouse. And it's just kind of filling it in. Okay. Interesting. And then you can erase it like that. That's really handy that you can just erase that whole thing. So then here, let's see. Ooh, I have an idea. I got a rectangle. Let's see if you guys can guess what I'm drawing. Fill this in. Anybody? Anybody? The only reason I wanted to do that was so I could do this. Do you have a guess? I don't know how to do the nose. I don't think I can layer it up. Yeah, SpongeBob!
SpongeBob's not blue.
Well, he's not blue, but that's okay. It was purely because the way that this eraser thing looks just made me think of a SpongeBob. This is worse than Doodle Bob. Well, I was gonna draw Squidward, but that looks very phallic when you're drawing that out. SpongeBob smallpox. Oh my god. All right. This is nightmare fuel. Okay, let's see if we can add. Let's see if we can. This is awful and amazing. Okay, let's see. Oh, does he has like the long nose where he can go like diddy diddy diddy. Oh. Should I do that? Whoa. Whoa. Okay, we gotta do some fixing on this. Okay. Okay, way down. Okay, I know there's a hand tool? Okay, there's that. All right, let's get your nose down here. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. Bring it around. Down. Bring it around. Down. Okay, all right. I mean, I don't hate it. Okay, let's move you off because I want to make you bigger. What? Okay, wait. I wonder if it'll do the, oh, but it didn't, you know what? I didn't group it with the thing, with the nose. See, that's what happens is you got to group it. Boop. Because otherwise it won't. Okay, so shift does lock in the aspect ratio like it does on pretty much anything else. Okay, there's his, whoa, that is a big old nose. All right. SpongeBob has app. Let's.
You have bamboo set up.
Oh, you're right. Well, maybe I'll print him for next week. It's terrifying. All right. Okay, so now I wonder. Yeah. Oh, edit scribble. There we go. Just saying the outline is so much worse. End it, please. So, how do we connect the? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to put a base plate on it. Yikes. So because the eyes aren't connected, right? The eyes aren't connected, and I don't want to mess up this masterpiece by connecting the eyes to the terrifying forehead. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on a base plate. So like these were on a base plate, weren't they? No, they were right on the plate. So the base plate is basically gonna, well, the base, we're just gonna make it like a really thin, like rectangular prism. Because then those like eyes, the pupils will be attached to that part, as opposed to like just kind of free, I guess, like free floating. Okay. They are eyeballs. Well, they're eye cylinders right now, to be fair. Okay, so this. Close that. Okay. Nope, I need to zoom out. There we go. All right. Let's move you. Well, okay, so I'm gonna shrink this down. Oh, nope, 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 nope. That's putting it on the other side. So I want to, there we go. 3 millimeters is probably good. And then I'm gonna move this over here. So I want it to be big enough. There we go. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use these two things. I'm going to align them. Nope, not that. I'm going to align them there and there. So that's gonna center it. It doesn't look centered. Well, I mean, that SpongeBob is not perfectly rectangular. That's okay. All right, so then, let me go back to my regular view. Okay, so now I got these and I've got them grouped. Lovely. So now I got my SpongeBob all ready to go. And what's nice is when they're grouped, they just all change to the same color. It's awesome. So yeah, so this is like Model Monday and the other things that we're going to be doing. But a lot of this is just kind of like exploring these new tools, exploring these new things that are available to you. And like I said, the ultimate thing is, you know, it's never too late to learn math and science. It's never too late to learn a new thing. It's never too late. You're never too old to learn something new, right? And so these are things that are all here that you can just play around with, just tinker with them, right? Just play around with these different things. You're not going to mess anything up by trying new things. So you just kind of go with it, right? You're not going to break anything, right? This, like using this TinkCad, like right now, lots of people are seeing this horrifying SpongeBob, but usually if you're just playing around with it, nobody's gonna see it. It's fine. You're just messing things up, right? You're messing around with things and you're just seeing, but part of that is like, as you know, as adults, we have a hard time sometimes letting go of like being the one that like knows everything. We don't know everything. There's a little tip for all my friends out there that are not adults yet. We don't know everything. We try, but we're all just doing our best. This is my first time around too. Like we're all figuring it out. And hopefully everybody's just doing their best, right? Just trying new things and don't be afraid that you're going to hurt something because you're not, right? It's just TinkerCAD. It's just plastic, right? These are all just prototypes. These are all prototypes that hopefully turn into something more, but if they don't, I mean, it was kind of fun to make them, right? It's kind of fun to make that SpongeBob.